What's up, men of the world? Wanted to record this quick video on the modern man's rite of passage. It's a program created by Mr. Dwayne Langham, and their website is called the Beyond Empowered, or his website is the Beyond Empowered Network. And it's just a conversation around men being freed up. It's a 10-week program, and it's a conversation around men being freed up to really be their most authentic and fully self-expressed self. Um, whether that's dealing with their siblings, or on the work in the workplace, or in their intimate relationship. It's really just about having men be freed up to be in their power, so we can be at the cause of creating the change that the world is most in need of, and that is for men to really take ownership of our greatness and to really assert ourselves as leaders. I would humbly say that if I'd had this conversation when I was much younger, godly, like a young man, high school age or whatever, a lot of the issues that I've had were really standing up for myself, or really saying no to people, or being self expressed with women, or just people in general. Most of that stuff could have been squashed because of the distinctions that you get from this program. And so, if you are looking to really be better related to other men in an open and honest, uh, safe space, then I highly implore you to look at this program when the next 10 session series comes about. And I believe that's going to be in March 17th, to be exact. And you can verify that on the website. And what I would just say from a personal standpoint, I was actually in the initial program. I was in the beta program. I was in the inaugural program. And I didn't really even feel like I had a right to be in the program, truthfully. And I even expressed that to Dwayne. Um, I have not had a very empowering conversation about myself as a man, and my ability to lead and act. And the one thing that I'm really present to is that I really have had people look at me most of my life as a leader, even when I didn't see myself that way. And so, and kind of almost, you could say, struggling to get through the first program, and then I followed up with I want to say like a couple programs after that, and I still struggled, and I wasn't, when I kind of listened back to some of the things I said, I was like, wow, did I say that? And it didn't really sound that empowering. So, uh, and that was an interesting experience. Nevertheless, I got bonded to some other great guys that were not really judging me. That, if anything, what I shared was something to one degree or another that they had experienced at some point or time in their life. And from coaching this most recent program, I because the program before this I coached, and then this particular program, uh, all of the gentlemen that I coached, were just really aggressive, assertive, I might say, and making sure that they got everything that they were committed to getting, that they put down on their initial application. Um, and I really was ready to not take it on. I was like, I can't do this. This is not for me. I struggled the first couple times as a participant, and then as a coach in the program before this one. And so I was like, why should I be a coach this time? Because nothing really shifted, and as I saw it. And I was like, I don't want to make this commitment, and I want to be responsible. And what I really got present to from coaching this most recent program and the amazing group of young men, or men, period, older, younger, somewhere in the middle, in terms of age, is that it's really just about being of service and being a contribution. And that was one of the main things I got from being in this program. And that's that's a small portion of it. I really got soul food. I got life food for myself that I was in need of in a way that didn't even know how much I was in need of. And so, the benefit is that be in and around this conversation if you're a man looking to transform how you show up in the world. And I think back to a relationship that I was in, and when I was in the initial program as a participant, uh, there was a particular week where we have to ask the person in our life, how are we occurring to them? And I was, really doing everything I could to make the relationship work with this particular young lady I was involved with. And I started once to skip over that week's homework and not go through those series of questions with her, because I knew just by looking at them that it was going to bring some stuff up. And I was already confronted even before I had the conversation with her. So I'm saying all that to say that I had the conversation with her. I got the world of what was important to her, and the fact that, truth be told, I just wasn't pulling my weight, and that did not feel good. And that's partially why, the day that I had it in my mind, I was going to go through the questions just so I could do the program as designed. I actually left her place, got in my car, and was ready to leave to go home. And I said, nope, let me do this program as much as possible the way it is designed, so that I can get my life and help to be more powerful in the world. And I went back in the house and I sat down with her and I talked to her and I asked her some questions, and she gave me her straightforward answer, and she has no problems being straight with me. And got a lot of respect for her from that standpoint. And if anything, that was my breakdown too, is that I just have not been fully self-expressed most of my life. And that doesn't offer one to really show up in their most authentic way. Because being straightforward sometimes means that some people are not going to like what you have to say, but you say it anyway. And there's freedom in that, there's truth in that. And that's one of the main things that I'm taking on and that I've gotten from this program. And just to finish that thought about her, ultimately, I just realized that in order for us as men to really be effective in our leadership, whether it's with the lady in our life or our children or whatever your construct uh, is really just about being empowered, having distinctions that help you to get freed up to be in your power ongoingly. And that's what this program provides. So didn't want to talk your ear off, and I apologize if this went a little long. Nevertheless, I just wanted to share a little bit about why I am promoting this program and giving my endorsement to it, is because of the benefit that it's been for me, and the conversations that I've been craving from my dad and other men growing up that they just didn't have the bandwidth, so to speak, to have those conversations with me at that time. And that's not any slight against them. They did the best they could do, and they did the best they could with what they had. And so, much love to all of the men that I was around growing up, my pops, my uncle, my uncles, so it's all good. The Modern Man's Rite of Passage. Check it out, fellas. If you're really looking to be powerful and have that full self expression, have breakthroughs in your performance, have breakthroughs with your business and your communication skills. Oh my God, that's so priceless with the people in your life. If you're really looking to transform those things, do this program and do it powerfully. Best of help to you. Have a great 2020 and be well, fellas.